Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, everybody. There's something in the blood of all these people that goes back generations and generations. That gets your heart beating, and you are ready to go play some football. Wake up.
Wake up. This is NFL Countdown.
I bet they got up early in New Orleans, where we're going to see the first playoff meeting between Bucs and Saints, and the first between Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Third time they've played this season, though, and it has not gone well for Tampa. Brady and Brees are 1-2 all-time in touchdown passes, and as the oldest QBs this season, they were still near the top of the league. Brady's 40 touchdown passes were tied for second, and also the second most in his career. As for Brees, he had the second highest completion percentage in the NFL during the regular season, and it was his fourth straight season completing at least 70%, the longest streak in NFL history. These guys have been doing it for a while, and so has Sal Paolantonio, who is at the Superdome with the very latest. Hi, Sal.
Hey, SP, I can tell you the vibe in New Orleans for this game is electric. They are ready for Brees versus Brady. But this isn't really Brees versus Brady, right? It's Brees versus Bowles. Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator of the Tampa Bucs. I called him last night. I said, what will your final talking points to your defense be? You got to do something different after that November 8th blowout. And here it is. It's up on your screen. Take a look. Be aggressive. That's number one. Number two, make them beat us. Don't beat ourselves. Number three, lock down their receivers. And number four, when all else fails, go back to number one. Be aggressive. Why Todd Bowles, number one defensive coordinator calling the blitz in the NFC? He wants to come after Drew Brees, but that means they've got to do a lockdown, better job locking down their receivers so that that pass rush can get home to Drew Brees, because if it doesn't, Brees, SP, he's going to carve them up again.
Yeah, we've seen him do it 2 times already. So, Rex, what do you think the key is for Drew Brees in this third meeting?
Yeah, I think Sal Powell, I love the report. He calls Todd Bowles out. But if I was talking to Todd Bowles, I'd say, you know what? I'm looking for something, Todd. We got to do something a little different here. The trigger. Find that trigger. Brew, the trigger. Alvin Kamara. I think he's the trigger. So when I'm looking at the tape on Alvin Kamara, yes, we know this guy is so explosive as a running back. We get that. Fans, we get it. Look how explosive he is. Look at the vision he has in this run. Cuts it back. You leave a gap, this man's going to find it. But the trigger also is him in the screen game. Nobody runs the screen better than Drew Brees. He'll retreat, and Kamara runs it great. They block it up well. You always got to watch out for Kamara on this cross screen. And then the next play I'm going to show you is the play action game. You got him. He's going to run the ball. It's a deep play action, but it holds the linebacker just enough so Brees can throw it over his head. Brees, a great rhythm thrower when he throws down the field. All that man coverage Todd Bowles is talking about playing, Brees is going to know it. I know what you're in, Todd, but the trigger to me, safeties, you better dial in on Alvin Kamara. Get that extra defender down where Alvin Kamara is, and it also helps you in the passing game. So fans, look for that today.
And why is it Alvin Kamara? And it's him because of the high percentage of completions to him. You can just hand the ball off to him. It's little quick, easy throws, short throws. They're all going to Kamara. It's a lot easier for Brees. There's so much going on with this offense, guys. The last time they played November 8th, there are wide open receivers in the end zone, the scheme and all of that. But you got to start somewhere, and it's just the easy throws and easy completions to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, he wants to be aggressive because that's sort of the opposite of what they've tried so far this year. Drew Brees has 6 touchdowns, no interceptions against this team this year. In the last meeting, week 9, he threw the ball. He spread it around to 11 different guys. That's even for Drew Brees. That's the best of his career. To me, Drew Brees has changed his style of play. I equate him to kind of like Greg Maddux as he got older as the pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. It's all about ball placement. And I think that's what Drew Brees is doing best. But where he struggles with ball placement is when you get that pass rush. And so it's no surprise to me that Todd Bowles is like, you know what? We're coming after this guy. Like, we know how old this guy is. We know that we did a very poor job of affecting him pressure-wise last week. Hey, it's just put all our chips in. We're going for it this week. I actually sort of like the game plan, but I completely agree. Alvin Kamara, like, he's enemy number one.
Yep. I like the game plan, but I think it's going to be hard for them, mainly because of what you just said, Matt, how Drew Brees spreads the ball to all of his receivers. There's two guys that really stand out to me, knowing you're talking about Taysom Hill being out, A-Train Murray being out. You look at a guy like Deontay Harris, punt returner. Yeah. Last week, being able to get him down there, get him in a mismatch on third down, but be able to see what he was able to do last week. 7 receptions last week. 7 targets last week. But when you're able to put a punt return, kick returner in your offense, that means the defense has to be able to tackle very good in space. So with all that pressure that Todd Bowles is coming with for the past 2 games, Coach Sean Payton has something for it. So, and then there's another play that really stands out. Why do you think they brought a guy like Emmanuel Sanders, very polished, as that word you used at the beginning, seasoned veteran, Sam? So you got a guy like Emmanuel Sanders, you got a guy like Deontay Harris going with the guys that they already have, and watch Cook going up them seams.
Randy,
I look forward to this Michael Thomas, Randy.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to cover him?
Well, the thing about it is you're talking about A-Train Murray being out, Hill being out, so all the point of emphasis, who is it going to be on? Kamara, Michael Thomas. But he also has other weapons, Matt. You're talking about how he's able to spread it out throughout the offense to the other guys. So Emmanuel Sanders, Deontay Harris, they have picked up some slack.
I'm glad you mentioned Deontay Harris, though, because 7 catches on 7 targets. And what happens in an offensive planning room, if you do well with what we gave you 7 opportunities, we're going to give you more opportunities.
Yes. But like what Randy's saying, those guys right there, they're all man beaters. Like you say, Emmanuel Sanders, a man beater. Harris, a man beater.
Yes.
And Michael Thomas, a man beater. So
who are you going to take away?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's so much for the defense to think about, and that's what I even see with that Buccaneer defense. It's like, man, their head's spinning sometimes. And now a reason why, too, the first question as a defensive unit for the Bucs you got to worry about, which is rare, who's the quarterback? Okay, is it Brees? Is it Hill when he comes in? Now that's out.
Yes.
Right.
So that's going to help.
That helps.
That I don't have to worry about this whole package and where's Hill and where find him and is he quarterback or is Brees quarterback? If that's out, it should be a lot easier mentally for the Buccaneers defense.
Yeah, they obviously have a lot of options. You guys were just talking about that. But when you look at it's not just the numbers for Hill, I know. But just the numbers, 472 rushing yards, 103 receiving yards. He's got 9 touchdowns this year. We haven't even mentioned Latavius Murray's numbers. I think he had over 850 this season. The Saints. Hey, everybody, and welcome to postseason NFL Countdown. Divisional action on Sunday. With boss people around, Teddy. I'm Sam Ponder with Randy Musk, Rex Ryan, Teddy Bruschi, and Matt Hasselbeck. A lot to get to today to talk about these 2 huge matchups. But shall we start with what we watched together yesterday? A huge matchup in Orchard Park. Yes, we're talking Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills. Really the story, especially early in the game, was the weather. Rex, did you see that wind? Wind got
it's another beautiful day in Buffalo.
Yes, you know all about that. But this is a slow-moving start to game. He even shocked. You know you're good. You can't believe we failed. Let's go to the third quarter, though. A lot more of that throughout the night. Later in the drive, Randy Bills was second and goal, and he finds Diggs again.
You know, Martindale, this defense was on the rope all day. You put 2 over 3 over there, you outmatched, give it to Stephon Diggs over 100 yards. There's his touchdown right there. I like what's going on in Buffalo.
All right, let's just snap issues, but Lamar Jackson goes down after the hit by Trent Murphy. He would stay down, be taken into the tunnel, go through concussion protocol. Hard to watch.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Too much adventure on all the shotgun snaps all night, but losing Lamar, they were still in at that point. Hunt came in and did a decent job.
Yeah, it would have been an automatic touchdown, but just missed them. He can't believe it either. 17-3, headed to their first AFC Championship game appearance since 1993. Here's reaction from both sides after the game.
There's a lot riding on every game. We went into